come to our beach and exhibit behavior that requires attention, we're definitely going to give you the attention.
That's what Port Aransas Police Chief James Stokes had to say following a shooting and multiple wrecks this weekend in Port Aransas. Coming up, I'll show you what the police are doing to prevent more situations like this as spring break enters its second week. Plus, the search for water continues with questions over groundwater pumping arising. I'll share the details next. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now.
And we thank you for joining us. I'm Drew Bishop. On Friday, City Manager Peter Zanoni touted many projects for securing more water. One of those projects being wells all along the Nueces River. But concerns are being raised about the permits for that project. During a Q&A session, the city manager said that the Western Wellfield project was waiting on permits from TCEQ. Specifically, those are bed and banks permits, which would allow groundwater to be conveyed to the Nueces River. Zanoni said on Friday the city would meet with the TCEQ later that day in hopes of advancing the permits.
But we're working through that as well. In fact, today we have a meeting to try to advance some of the permits for our western well fields.
Now here's where things get complicated. Members of the proposed Nueces County Nueces Groundwater Conservation District reached out to neighborhood news reporter Adam Beam with concerns the city was pumping water from those wells without those required permits. The search for water Adam was able to be our eye in the sky, and if you look on your screen, you can see one of the wells pumping water that stretches all the way to the river. This video, taken the night before the city's Q&A session. The well is located on the Ed Rochelle property, but speaking with the foundation's CEO, he says any water on that property is under the control of the city. Chris 6 News reached out to the city of Corpus Christi as well as the TCEQ for comment, but as of our reporting, we have not heard back from either party. Corpus Christi is in a historic drought to find more water. The city has been drilling wells and pumping groundwater along the Nueces River. But Nueces County has no groundwater conservation district, meaning there is no local board with the legal power to regulate how much water is being pumped, set permits, requirements, or protect private wells. In San Patricio County, an independent groundwater district does exist. When Corpus Christi applied to drill wells there, the board reviewed those permits, accepted public protests, and sent the applications to a legal hearing process. In Nueces County, none of that oversight exists. Residents here are now petitioning the state to create the country's first ever groundwater conservation district, one that would give locals a voice in determining the future of the county's water. Now you may be asking, why is the city of Corpus Christi even looking at groundwater? Well, it has a lot to do with our ever-declining lake levels. The current combined capacity between Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon sits at 8.4%, or just a little more than 77,000 acre-feet. To put that into perspective, the capacity between both sources of water is a little more than 900,000 acre-feet. But what exactly is an acre-foot? Each one represents more than 325,000 gallons of water. Check out this example from the Brazos River Authority. Imagine a football field covered by 1 foot of water all across. So from yesterday to today, our levels dropped by more than 200 million gallons. In the past week, they've gone down by more than 800 million. In the past month, down by more than 2.3 billion. And in the past year, we've seen a drop of more than 26 billion gallons of water. Now, we had a cold front move in last night with some gusty winds dropping our temperatures from the 90s yesterday to the 50s this morning. But will that cooler weather bring us any rain? Meteorologist Stephen Jones has the details on that.
Well, hey there and happy Monday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a look at our hour-by-hour forecast, you can see how we're topping out at 65 degrees, but quickly going to see those temperatures come down with the sun going down here pretty soon. 59 what we're down to there by 8 p.m. and then 56 degrees on the board by 10 p.m. The good news is those winds also decreasing down from 20 miles an hour to about that 15 mile an hour mark as we're heading into this evening. Going to hold on to some of those lighter winds as we're going through the overnight hours, really only that 10 to 15 mile an hour mark. Considering they're still out of the northeast, we're going to have some pretty dry air and cool off pretty substantially once again for our Tuesday morning. Luckily though, like we were talking about, those winds slowly declining as we're going through the rest of our overnight hours. Should just be holding on to that 10 to 20 mile an hour mark, and that's going to be the story as we head through the rest of the 7-day forecast. Not tracking some super windy days right now, but of course we've got St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Taking a look at that forecast, you can see how we're waking up to 49 degrees, heading towards midday, expecting about 66 degrees back on the board. I'll have a closer look at for the rest of the week coming up in that full 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Stephen. A San Antonio teen is behind bars after a beach shooting left 5 people hospitalized in Port Aransas. 17-year-old Ernest Josiah Castillo faces 5 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police say he fired into a crowd of people at Marker 20 Beach Saturday night from a moving pickup truck. At least 2 victims remain in critical condition. No word yet on the other 3 people who were hurt. A judge has set Castillo's bond at $500,000. Now, one question many neighbors may have is, does the Port Aransas Police Department have the manpower to handle these large spring break crowds? According to the Port Aransas Police Department, they had a plan in place before spring break began. That included extra resources from the state of Texas. Lieutenant Mike Hannon says the department requested additional troopers and game wardens to help handle the crowds. Port Aransas Mayor Wendy Moore says these are isolated incidents.
My message to anyone that wants to travel to Port Aransas for spring break is please come. We have an amazing destination and so many wonderful opportunities for you to come and have a really safe, wonderful vacation. So I hope that you're not discouraged by these isolated incidents that unfortunately happened over the weekend.
Police have also put temporary stoplights in place and are increasing traffic enforcement stops for the remainder of spring break. Now, what was meant to be a fun spring break ended up becoming a terrible accident. A video of a traffic accident in Port Aransas has gone viral on social media. It occurred on Highway 361 where a Jeep collided with a Tesla on Saturday evening around 7 p.m. According to Port Aransas police, the collision caused the front seat of the passenger of the Jeep to be ejected. The victim is a 22-year-old male that is currently in the hospital with a serious head injury. Neighborhood News reporter Stephanie Molina spoke to locals on their reaction to this video.
You're on an island that's about 5 times busier than our busy day, and so we all got to take responsibility not only for ourselves but for the other driver.
Police says for those coming to Port Aransas to drive the speed limit, buckle up and be patient due to heavy traffic congestion in the area. Right now, drinking alcohol on the beach in Port Aransas is banned at night. Port Aransas city leaders voted on the issue earlier this month, and the ordinance was implemented on March 7th and will remain in force through Monday, March 23rd. From 6 p.m. to midnight every day, open containers are not allowed. In the past, police have focused on breaking up rowdy crowds rather than strictly enforcing the ban for everyone. And now moving on, we have an update on the death of CCISD coach Leighton Hernandez. He died Friday afternoon in a rollover crash in Temple, just north of Austin. Police say a vehicle ran a stop sign, causing the crash. Another person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Hernandez was a CCISD teacher and coach for 5 years at Veterans Memorial High School. He's also the son of District Superintendent Dr. Roland Hernandez. Police are still investigating the crash. Hernandez is being remembered for the lasting impact he made on students, athletes, and colleagues. The Veterans Memorial community says his passion for teaching and mentoring students will never be forgotten. One of his fellow coaches spoke with us about his passing.
Of us, we loved him very much, knew that he cared about us. And anytime you lose somebody that you care about and that cared about you, it's tough, you know, and I think that our school and our kids and our community and our staff are kind of going through that together.
A visitation will be held Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. at Maxwell P. Dunn Funeral Service in Yorktown. A celebration of life is scheduled for Saturday at 2:30 p.m. at Church Unlimited. Senator John Cornyn and U.S. Representative Greg Casar were both at the Austin airport today demonstrating their views on the ongoing partial government shutdown affecting TSA. Representative Casar was starting to mention Senator Cornyn right as Cornyn walked up, leading to this exchange.
To fully fund TSA. Senator Cornyn should put his money where his mouth is. Hey, Senator. Senator, I was hoping that we could.
Why don't you tell the Democrats to vote to pay these poor
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No,
why don't you do it? No, we don't have to. You don't have to yell at me.
Time and time again.
Let's talk for a second, Senator.
No,
there's a bipartisan bill to fund just the TSA. Can we do that together?
Not acceptable.
Not acceptable to fund just the TSA.
How about all the terrorist attacks like we've seen down on 6th Street? You want those to continue? These people are keeping us safe. Tell the Democrats to vote for funding the DHS.
Let's talk about each one. Would you fund the TSA with me? Sounds like instead of bringing people burgers, he should bring them there.
Prior to the exchange, Representative Casar says that Republicans are blocking a Democrat bill to fund TSA, while Senator Cornyn had said that Democrats are blocking a full funding package for DHS. Back here in Corpus Christi, lines and delays haven't been as bad at Corpus Christi International Airport, at least compared to other major airports in Texas. Earlier today, we spoke with an airport representative on what the plan is for TSA agents at CCIA.
If things do continue and they continue to not be paid, we might set up a donation station, or, it's just kind of seeing what they need. Having the managers kind of ask their officers, what support they need, and then I help go get it.
Lacey said that, much like other airports, the TSA agents at CCIA have not been paid in a few weeks. And while the lines may be light at CCIA, the same couldn't be said for Austin Airport this morning. As this montage shows on your screen, there was a lengthy line, passengers waiting to get through TSA. The good news? Lines appear to have been cleared up by this afternoon. Well, hundreds of flights have been delayed across the country as a winter storm bears down. We'll share the details next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. A major blizzard is causing hundreds of flight cancellations across the country. From South Dakota to Illinois to Alabama, snow has hit the ground. At least 75% of the country is expected to be impacted by this storm. And in more weather news, a tornado tracking tool is now back online after widespread coverage of it being turned off. The critical mapping program is used by FEMA search and rescue teams nationwide. It helps them to pinpoint a tornado's path of destruction. The contract with the company that provided the tracker expired in February, but has since been re-signed.
Well, things were windy out there this morning in the wake of that cold front, and temperatures got down once again into some of those upper 40s and lower 50s. Luckily, those winds not looking so bad tonight, but we are in store for another cold morning. I'll have more details on what to expect coming up. Well, howdy and happy Monday, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Stephen Jones. Taking a look at this sunset photo, this was over there in San Diego. Thank you to Felix Guajardo for sending this one in just as that sun was really going down. That last bit of light left on the horizon, and really just a nice photo if you ask me. But if you get any good shots like this, maybe some good storms as they're coming in, take that quick picture, submit it to our Coastal Bend Weather Watchers group. We'd absolutely love to see it, and also might find your photo featured on one of our broadcasts. As we look at this morning's low temperatures, we got down to about 50 degrees on the money over at CCIA. Off to the north there in Beeville and B County, saw some of those upper 40s sneaking in, but really 50s was the story for most of the Coastal Bend. About 54 is what we got down to in Kingsville, 50 on Rockport also this morning. Let's take a closer look at some of those winds, though, with our Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network in terms of our peak wind gusts from this morning. Starting off closer to downtown, reading about 27 miles an hour there on Nueces Bay Boulevard and Ebenwood Drive. Also up to 36 miles an hour there on Upper River Road. As we work just a little bit further south on the south side and looking at Flower Bluffs winds, they reported about 37 miles an hour there. Graham Road only got up to 18 miles an hour, it says, but Garden Court on the south side also picking up that 35 mile an hour wind this morning. Got reports of some broken windows and definitely seeing some trampolines and some loose objects just blown around this morning. Luckily, as we're heading into tonight, though, shouldn't be quite so bad in terms of those winds, and those temperatures, though, they are still going to be pretty chilly for us. So let's take a look at our dog walking forecast. Today we've got Benny Garcia, who was definitely concerned about that wind and the cold weather this morning. Sorry, Benny, it is another cold one on the way, but luckily the winds do decrease like we've been talking about. We're expecting those temperatures down to about 57 by 9 p.m. By the 11 p.m. hour, down to about that 55 degree mark. And also, like we talked about, those winds not looking as bad as this morning. Closer to that 15 to 20 mile an hour mark, even get subsiding a little bit less than that as we're heading into the overnight hours. Now, walking you through the future tracker heading into tonight, we're going to see one last batch of cloud cover move through on the through the overnight hours, I should say. After that cloud cover leaves closer to 3 a.m. or so, temperatures drop pretty rapidly for us across the coastal bend. You could expect maybe some of those lower 40s sneaking into our northern and inland neighborhoods. Here in Corpus Christi and closer to the water, closer to those upper 40s and even the 50 degree mark for areas towards Port Aransas. Nonetheless, I'd definitely call it a jacket-worthy Tuesday as we're heading through the morning and really through most of the afternoon. We are going to have that wall wall-to-wall sunshine tomorrow, but you can see only getting up to about those lower 70s there in Duval County. Here in Nueces County and for Corpus Christi itself, only those mid-60s to upper 60s as we're heading through our St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. So pretty chilly weather still in store, and especially in terms of starting off the day. Luckily, as we start to head in towards that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame, that's where we start to warm up pretty substantially. Overnight lows into those upper 50s, then even to those lower 60s as we're heading into this weekend. One thing that is pretty unfortunate right now, we don't have too much rain on the board. That's going to be a result of our last trough working off towards the east, and what's working in from the west is our next ridge of high pressure. What that's going to do is put a lot of subsidence onto our atmosphere and not really let those rain showers get going even once we do start to see that moisture return from the Gulf. So nonetheless, as we head through the rest of our week, we are going to be pretty warm, pretty rain-free, but I do hope you're able to enjoy the nice weather either way. St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, expecting 68 degrees, 78 by Wednesday, but then 80s and plenty of sunshine for the weekend.
Thanks, Stephen. In international news, strikes continued on Iran this morning. Iranian Red Crescent workers could be seen searching for survivors after an airstrike hit a building in Tehran. Videos circulating on social media appeared to show the Iranian Space Research Center in Tehran destroyed and set ablaze, and thick smoke rising from Hamadan's cyber police building. Back here in the Western Hemisphere, Cuba has been facing a rocky road that appears to have come to a head this weekend. In the past, the country has heavily relied on Venezuelan oil for power and electricity. However, that supply abruptly stopped when the United States captured former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro back in January. Videos began circulating of fires being set at Communist Party headquarters during protests this weekend.
Cuba is a failed nation. Cuba also wants to make a deal, and I think we will pretty soon either make a deal or do whatever we have to do.
Cuban leadership admitted for the first time on Saturday that they are having direct talks with the United States. And the United States has started a large-scale oil release from their strategic reserves, with the first batch expected to hit the markets later this week. 88 million barrels are being released from the reserve this week in a broader plan to eventually release 172 million barrels. The release will draw from reserves stored right here in Texas and in Louisiana. The United States has over 400 million barrels in their strategic reserves. And in more oil news, an offshore oil pipeline and operation is reopening off the shores of California. That's according to Energy Secretary Chris Wright. This pipeline previously ruptured in 2015 and spilled nearly 3,000 barrels of oil into the Pacific. The order came after the president invoked the Defense Production Act late last week. The Energy Department says this will decrease reliance on foreign oil. Well, it's no secret to anybody, gas prices are staying high both across the country and right here in the Coastal Bend. According to Gas Buddy, the national average price for a gallon of gas is $3.73. The average in Texas reached $3.44 today. That's the highest it's been since the start of the conflict in the Middle East. And here in Corpus Christi, our average price shot up to $3.50 today. That's an increase of 16 cents since just yesterday. Now, President Trump is urging NATO allies to help unblock the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has closed the strait by mining the waters since the start of the attack. However, according to the Central Command, most, if not all, of Iran's navy has now been destroyed. The president has now called on countries that rely on the strait to help in unblocking it.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait far more than ours. You know, we get less than 1% of our oil from the strait, and some countries get much more. So we want them to come and help us with the strait.
European countries have stayed out of the conflict thus far, with the German defense minister stating, quote, "This is not our war. We have not started it," end quote. Well, St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, and we'll show you the details for this festival planned for downtown when we come back.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Corpus Christi Animal Care Services is getting into the St. Patrick's Day spirit with their Luck of the Paw adoption event. It started earlier today and continues through Friday. Animal Care Services will have $17 adoption fees. Their adoption hours are from noon until 5:30 each day to get your furry friend. And we don't want to end tonight's newscast with an Irish goodbye, so before you go, we have some St. Patrick's Day festivities to tell you about. Tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock, Brewster Street downtown is hosting a family-friendly St. Patty's Day celebration. They'll have face painting and cookies for the kids, and of course, green beverages for the parents.
Food, family, fun. We love being kid-friendly, and we hope that everyone will come out and enjoy the playground, enjoy the nice weather, some glitter and face painting for the kids, all sorts of vendors.
This is the first time Brewster's Downtown is hosting a festival for the holiday. Again, that's tomorrow, Tuesday, from 3 to 8 p.m.
Well, hey there and happy Monday once again. Coastal Bend, taking a look at our morning lows trend. You can see how we're going to be on the warm-up, but we're definitely still in store for another cold morning as we head into tomorrow. Luckily, by the end of the week, we start to warm up pretty substantially. Those daytime highs push the 70s by Wednesday, the 80s once again as we head into Thursday. The only unfortunate thing about the current 7-day forecast, no rain on the board as of right now, but those overnight lows do settle out in the 60s this weekend. Plenty of sunshine on the board as we top out 87 degrees by Sunday.
Well, that's all our time for now. We'll be back at 6 with more news from your neighborhood. Have a great night.